All right. Hold on, we gotta turn our mic on. Testing. Testing. Are we? Yeah. All right, cool. Mic is live. What is up, folks? If y'all was in the previous live stream, welcome back to this one. All right, now hold on. Move. All right, y'all. We gotta get through this one fast because on my MacBook decides it likes to overheat or very fast. Anywho, let's talk about my biggest loss in owning my painting company. The biggest loss in owning my painting company was a job that honestly we're not going to reveal too many details about right now because there's a lot of dispute going on with that job at the moment, and so we're not going to try to reveal too many details, you know what I'm saying? No names shall be named in the making of this video. Anywho, so bad I just want to be like, bleep, 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 name. Anyway, we ain't going to do that. The biggest loss that I had was in a huge commercial project that I was involved in, and it hurt. I'll just say that there was a lot of leaks in it that, as far as leaking profit, that I really wasn't aware of. And most contractors don't have a sales problem; they have a leak problem when it comes to profit, and that's what I had. Because, and another thing is, know your contract. Because I was performing change order work that was documented as far as what needed to be done, but not documented as far as whether the change order itself or not was going to get approved. And that is completely my fault. 100% my fault. But also, there's some integrity things that went into that. Anyway, y'all know how it goes when you do something and then somebody says you didn't do something, or somebody tells you to do something and then they tell you they didn't tell you to do something, and then there's this whole debate. That was my biggest problem, was I did work that I was told verbally to do, but I didn't document it well enough, and then got pretty much, for lack of a better term, screwed over in the end. And that is really the reason I built this software, was because I kept running into this problem, and I kept running into similar problems like this of not tracking stuff properly, and that was the reason that I even built it. So the biggest pain point I ever had, probably, I've lost thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on jobs, and there's no telling how much that one's gonna cost me. Hopefully, God willing, nothing, but we'll see. That's a lot of times that's not how things work out, and when it comes to big mistakes that big. Anywho, what is a profit leak? A profit leak is where you have change orders, bad bids, missing photos, payroll, forgotten expenses, etc., that just leak through the back end. Somebody tells you they worked 40 hours this week, when in reality they were actually on the job site like 26 hours, right? They've got the pen and pad to show you of what they wrote down in times they were there, but I know everyone's supposed to trust their employees the most, but I mean, some people are dishonest, right? So what do you do when people are dishonest? Well, there's not much you can do unless you want to go to court over someone's payroll for that week, which gets really sticky, and if you're not tracking things correctly, you're screwed. Honestly, you're screwed. This software will solve that, because you have a way people clock in and out straight from the app. I mean, they can literally go in the app and clock in and clock out for the day. Payroll's handled for you. You know how much people have to make by the end of the week. There's no more calling people to ask how much they worked that week. There's no more going by the job site to make sure people are there on time. They are clocking in and out. You're going to know who's on time and who's leaving early, etc., because they're going to clock in and out. Now, if they're clocking in and out wrong, that's a problem you got to find on your own. And good luck to whoever doing that, because if you dishonest, they always gonna come back to you. Anyway, so let's get into a couple other examples of how I've had profit leaks. I've had a couple examples. I was working on a pretty big project, not major, but pretty big project, where this one contractor in particular, again, we're not going to name names, we're not here to bash people, just telling y'all stories. They said they were going to be there at 8 a.m. Well, I didn't tell them I was going to show up at the job site. I just showed up. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to get there at 8. Well, I had a couple things to do that morning. I got to the job site at 9. Well, 9:30 rolled around. 10 rolled around. 10:30 rolled around. And then, guess who come pulling into the job site? That contractor who told me they were on the way 15 minutes out hours and hours ago. I would have never known it. And that's a real example. That happened to me a few times with that same person before I finally decided to say, hey man, we got to go a different direction. This ain't working. Another time was where, oh my gosh, dude. I remember on one project, I thought we had bought all the paint we were going to need. Everything was good to go. And I thought we were going to be straight. But one thing that I realized when I got there was I completely forgot about this whole backside of the deck when I was at home trying to bid the job. And when I got to the job site to go start it, I remember walking around going, oh no. Oh no. Y'all ever been in that moment where you forgot to bid part of the job and you walk up to it and you're getting ready to get started and you're like, oh. Or you typed a number wrong on the calculator and you go back and look at it, you're like, oh my goodness. Now, that honestly doesn't happen when you have a software that's powerful. We have something called the AI Plan Analyzer, okay? You can literally take a set of blueprints and drop them into this AI Plan Analyzer, and it will spit out how many gallons, primer, ceiling paint, etc. that you're going to need for this job. Now, it's still in infant stages. We all know AI is still learning how to see to an extent, is a better way to put it. But you get a preview of it before everything's done, and you can edit stuff. You can even set the scale by literally drawing a line on one wall on one side. It will set the measurement of that wall, and then now every other wall is calculated precisely based off that measurement. Okay, like, we didn't get into too many goodies because I don't need people over here getting the secret sauce. If they want the secret sauce, they can go check it out and pay the $50 a month. You know what I'm saying? But hey, we don't have that copyrighted and trademarked. Okay. Anyway, let's see. Small compound thousands of dollars over time. So just to kind of touch on that one more time. Imagine, and a lot of people think that, like, okay, let's say that you've never had a large loss. Okay, let's say that you are very meticulous. You write down everything, you track everything, you got it in your Google Notes, reminders app, whatever, right? You check your Sherwin account every day, you're good, man. You are the best daggone contractor I've ever met because you don't forget nothing, okay? And there's people out there that think they're like that. But what happens when you miss that one roll of tape? What happens when you miss that one piece of paper? Yeah, you lost $3 here, $5 here, $10 there. That adds up to be thousands of dollars at the end of the year. I remember when I worked for Sherwin-Williams in the store, they would always try to tell us, sell a brush, sell a brush, sell a brush. And what that meant was, if someone's coming to buy 10 gallons of paint, and they've got the roller handle up there, and they've got roller covers and everything like that, and you ask them, what about a brush? Right? Or what about the tape? Or what about, you'd always have you upsell. And it never made any sense to me at first. What is this extra $10, $15 going to do for this business? Not much, right? Okay, multiply that by however many jobs you got going on right now. Let's just say a paintbrush nowadays is $15. Let's use it. You know, a roll of tape, $5. Okay, let's say you have 10 job sites. Let's go smaller. Let's say you have 5 job sites. Okay, 5 times 5 is 25. Okay, if you lose one roll of tape per week, there's 52 weeks per year. What is that math? Oh my gosh, 20 times, Lord. 5, that's 100, and what is that, 25, that's 50. So you're losing $1,250 off of losing one roll of tape per job site per week. Now add in paper. Now add in caulking, tubes of caulking. Oh my gosh. Add in gallons, add in whatever you want to else add in, roller covers, whatever else that gets thrown away in the dumpster because people don't take care of their stuff. Y'all know I'm serious, okay? You're adding up to thousands and thousands, and the bigger your company is, the bigger that number gets. I know that sounds simple, but think about that. For some of you larger people out here doing $250,000 in revenue like I was before I shut my painting business down, you're talking about probably $10,000 to $20,000 in material that just slipped between your fingers because it wasn't tracked properly. Stop it. Get some help. Anyway. Alright. Let's see. Yes, it was built to stop those leaks. As viewers, what's the most expensive mistake that you've ever had on the job? I want y'all to comment that down below, because a lot of people think that they're exclusive. Like, oh my gosh, I made this mistake. No, everybody makes mistakes. I want y'all to go in the comment section if you're watching this video right now and tell me in the comments how much was the biggest mistake you've ever made. Mine is in the thousands. Thousands and thousands. I'd have to go and actually pull the number up to give you an exact number. I want to say my largest mistake ever is probably north of like $40,000. It's crazy. Like I've had a big one, guys. There's a reason I'm not in the painting business anymore. There's a reason I'm building software. Anyway, guys, let's learn from each other's mistakes so that we can all make more money. Seriously, learn from my mistakes. Don't lose your painting business. Don't lose your trade business. Don't lose your contracting business. And the reason I say painting and I talk about painting the most is because that's what I did. I was in paint for 7 years before I decided to get into software. So I know a thing or two about some daggum coatings, okay? And we're going to expand to all trades. I'm going to be bringing consultants in so we can expand all trades. And right now you can use the software in a standard version for any trade, framing, carpentry, plumbing, whatever. The standard version is pretty basic as far as job tracking and budgets and calendars and all that stuff. And honestly, you can use the software for any trade as is right now. The only difference is in the plan analyzer. The plan analyzer is geared toward painters because it measures gallons and things like that right now. But when we bring on more consultants and have them help us build the software for the framers, then the plan analyzer will get better over time. But if you're just a framer, carpenter, something like that, just looking for a software to help you manage your budget, your taxes, your time better, your people better, this software is built for you, man. And honestly, I'm excited for you to get to try it because if I would have had this software earlier on, I've said it in the last live. If you guys were around for that, appreciate it. If you were here for this one, appreciate it. It says that I've had 0 and 0. That's probably true, but it could be wrong. But guys, let's just learn from each other's mistakes and make more money, okay? Let's save more money. Let's save more headache. Let's save more time. And honestly, time and peace is what you started the company for anyway. So don't be dumb. Spend the extra $30 a month. Spend the extra $50 a month. It is honestly dumb not to pay for the software. If you use one feature on it, it has saved you money. Honestly, if it saves you one box of caulking, it has saved you money. If I could go on and on. If it saves you 1 hour, listen to me, listen. I want y'all to listen real close when I say this. If this software can save you 1 hour of payroll to your employees, it has paid for itself already. I want y'all to think about that. If it saves you 1 hour of payroll, it paid for itself already. I'm going to leave it right there. Guys, I appreciate you. If you stuck around to the end of the video, please drop a like, drop a comment. Yeah, I appreciate y'all. I'm going to see y'all in the next video. Please subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be trying to drop videos like this, if not every day, at least 3 or 4 times a week. There's going to be short form content coming out daily. And yeah, guys, I appreciate y'all. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.